I saw that moment happen too. Yeah, where you were like, "This is not."
We really like having the outside person was like, whoa.
Because for NYU security guard, like, oh man. So I thought for a second.
No, say what that is though, Christy.
Well, because, I mean, at least in the group, we've all agreed to certain terms, or maybe not agreed to the extent of this, but like, we had the intention of doing an action, knowing that there would be consequences. So it was just, I don't know, I had a visceral response to seeing someone else, like a casualty, a bystander. I was like, whoa. Like, and I think that these people probably, like my character, I don't think, could have foreseen, like, there's a certain amount of optimism, I feel like, with certain actions and like maybe environmental groups, that's like, okay, this is how it's gonna go, and like, we're gonna do this, and it was just like, I don't know, it just kind of like, I felt like that would be a different trajectory after that happened for some of these characters, for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of insane, like, in all of the exercises we've done, I'm just now realizing that I always think we're potentially liable to get hurt, but even that doesn't seem like a serious threat if we plan it well. Then there's the bad guys, right? Like deeper down, I'm thinking if the bad guys get hurt, well, that would be awful, but fuck them, they're bad guys. I don't think about the people in between at all.
Sure, like the cleaning person who's in the building who
Right.
has a,
They have no.
they were killed in the arson,
Yeah. I had a similar flash of I thought, can I get out of here for a second? Like that self-preservation instinct kicked in, because I was willing to commit on something I thought was a non-violent action and to take the consequences of that. But then I hadn't thought about the consequences of this, and it made me want to like run. I wouldn't have run if we just gotten caught in the act, but now I had that flee.
Well, there's also something. There's also something. This is so obvious, but if you're like, we want to take this person down, and if they don't go down, like, we'll go farther. But if it's like side casualty that you didn't foresee happening at all, maybe this is a good time to step back into our scenarios. Or is there more you want to do? That was cool. The different configurations are so interesting.
Yeah, it made me feel some type of way when I saw the family. It was so different. And then also like the feeling of like, what did we do? What went wrong? And then James reacting was like violence begets violence. Like no matter what, like this, whatever violent act, it took down somebody. And
Well, when Shay was down, I never switched into the Sherry Mary character because you've been the family, and I was like, what happened that she got?
I know, like maybe she was going to stop her mom or something, and my mind went on.
I recognized that I would probably get caught because I was so frozen in the regret of this collateral damage that I couldn't think about myself. I wasn't thinking about anything but regret.
It's interesting for me when you said, 10 minutes after it happened, because then I started thinking about my unintended responsibility in the consequences. Whereas when it was just fresh, it just was sort of shocking and horrible. But after a little time to process it, sort of became selfish and started thinking about myself.
Yeah, the group you can see those moments when the group starts to kind of like not be a group.
Yeah.
Where it would only take a person or two to suddenly like, splinter.
It's a lot of people, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Are we, do you have to do another break, or
Before we leave.
before we leave? Okay.
You got about 15 minutes before you need another break.
Okay.
So we can take one now if you want. And work to the end.
Do you want to take a break now or go into one of the scenarios?
Let's take the last break now. and then
Cool, okay.
we can-
Okay, so how long do we have?
Back at 1:57.
Okay, thank you.
The last